Hello everybody, Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Shadowbringers. In the last episode, we entered Don Meg, the kingdom of the Fuoth, which is underwater, but also not, so that was a bit odd. Fought through the creatures in the dungeon, and ended up engaging and defeating, I guess, the leader of the Fuoth, and gaining the Coral Crown, one of the components needed to unlock the seal that is enclosing the Light Warden. So, that went well, but as we were leaving, the Fuoth decided that they liked our character so much, they attempted to drown her, to turn her into a Fuoth, but unfortunately for the Fuoth, she can breathe underwater, so joke's on them. Thanks to the Kojin. So we got out of that situation, got a little bit of a rundown on the history of Verbert, the destroyed civilization that used to exist here from Ardbert. And as we were beginning to head toward the New Mo to get their piece of the key, that word came in from the Pixies that a large force of mortals are approaching Ilmeg. It appears to be the Yulmoran army. So the Pixies wanted to know if it was okay to go ahead and play with them, which I guess we're fine with, because that'll help slow them down. Excuse me. So, Alphino and Alice are going to go off and help the Pixies with that project. And we are off to meet the New Mo and see what it is that we need to do to get their piece. So, we need to go ahead and meet up with Eorzea here on the road. That was a bit longer drop than I was anticipating. And, yeah, see what they're all about. It's like, alright, past yonder cliff lieth Plaeni, home of the New Mo. The others have gone ahead to scout the way. Come, let us follow. Alright. Alright, that appears to be Eorzea up ahead. Alright, what's up? The path striketh thee as precipitous. It is because it was once a mountain trail. For where the lake now lieth, there was a valley, in whose midst thrived the city of Verbert. 'Twas only when the Fuoth came, in the wake of the flood, that the settlement was drowned. We stand now upon its former outskirts, grazing lands where shepherds once tended their flocks. Still dealing with a bit of an issue in my throat, so hopefully that won't cause a problem. Alright, though one cannot help but feel a pang of loss when faced with such a spectacle, one can scarcely blame the Fey folk for so altering the land. The blame for that lieth rightly with the Light, a force terrible enough to bring an entire civilization to its knees, an entire world. That it should have been allowed to rise up unchecked is the greater regret. Yet, in spite of all the tragedy which surroundeth me, full glad am I for the chance to be here. 'Twas these hands which brought together the warriors of darkness and Menphilia, lest thou forget. Therefore, even were there no eighth umbral calamity to forestall, it seemeth only right that I strive to deliver the first from its doom. Only right, I say, though such words ill convey the strength of my resolve. In truth, I can no more ignore the plight of this world than I can choose to stop breathing, and thus do I labor, for those we have lost, for those we can yet save. The coming struggle promiseth to test us to our limits, but so long as we stand together, I doubt not that we shall prevail. Ah, mortals, just as we thought. A boisterous pixie. Hast thou business with us? Business? Ha! Nothing so boring. Oh. We smelled you coming and thought we'd come to play. They do not appear to be pixies of Lida Loran. Mine apologies, but we are in some haste. May happen another day. Oh, in some haste, are you? Then allow me to hasten you on your way. Tee. Okay. Stinking pixies. Where did they put us? Teleportation magic. For mercy, we were not sent far off from our course. Should the pixies find us again, however, they will most assuredly repeat the trick. We have not the time to waste. Let us avail ourselves of an enchantment I have learned. Fey Cloak, 'tis called, a most ingenious magic which rendereth one invisible to Fey folk, albeit briefly. Alright then. I shall cast the enchantment upon thee. Under its aegis, thou art to make thy way past the pixies and rejoin our comrades. Know, however, that the enchantment shall suffice to veil thee and thee alone. Be not tempted to employ a mount, as it will only serve to give thy presence away. Oh, we have a limited amount of time. 1 minute. No mount, but I can sprint. Alright, let's run past those guys. Let's not get attacked by anything. More pixies. Okay, that thing is going to be a bit of a pain. Hopefully we can give it a wide enough berth. Looks like we did. Alright, and done. Now I can mount up. And ride the rest of the way. And there's Thancred and Minfilia. I assumed you were right behind us. What took you so long? Well, I see. Yes, I'd say that's a valid excuse for lateness. You are hereby forgiven. In other good news, the Numo village lies just through here. We'll enter as soon as Eorzea deigns to join us. Mortals. Mortals are here. Lots of them. I thought you said the Numo were men's best friends. The poor thing was beside itself with fear. Was beside itself, perhaps, but not with fear. This is unacceptable. Unacceptable, I tell you, to have so many mortals appear at once. It's more excitement than we can bear. Greetings, Elder Weed Enk? Tyranny, it hath been a while. Pray forgive my brevity, but time is against us. We are come to borrow the stone scepter of the Numo. The stone scepter? Then you mean to lift the seal over, Eorzea? It is unacceptable, unacceptable. I tell you, if the king is set free, none here will be safe. Unlike our fey cousins, we Numo have called this land our home since time immemorial. Leaving it is unthinkable. Thus did full many of us lay down our lives to seal away our king when they were corrupted by light. If we do as you speak, as you ask, our sacrifice would have been in vain. Jeez, just hand over the god's damn staff. No, don't worry, we'll defeat Titania. But then you'll only become another Light Warden. It changes nothing. Honored Elder, pray believe me when I say this woman is possessed not only of the strength required to vanquish the king, but of something still more valuable, a means to resist the resultant corruption. Indeed, she hath already laid low the Light Warden of Lakeland, all without succumbing to the influence of its light. She is yet a stranger to this land, 'tis true, but she harboureth the self-same desire to see the sin-eaters eliminated as we do. Wilt thou not lend us thy hand, that we might see thy beloved home restored to its former glory? You've always done right by us, Eorzea. If you have placed your faith in this woman, then so shall we. As you say, we want nothing more than to be rid of the sin-eaters. Be that as it may, this is not a decision to be made lightly. We require time to deliberate. A turn of the moon, perhaps. That's a bit long, isn't it? We don't have a turn of the moon, unless you want to debate this with the Yulmoran army. Elder, given all that is at stake, I cannot well expect thee to simply roll over and acquiesce to our request. But even now a powerful foe draweth near, and I fear I must beseech thee to hasten thy deliberations, that thou mightst fetch us the scepter while there is yet time to use it. Roll over? Fetch? Ah? You know full well that naught gives us greater pleasure than to render aid to men. You know full well, yet you speak the words of power regardless. It's unfair, unfair, I tell you. Roll over and fetch. They're men's best friends. In happier times, it was an honor to assist mortals in need and receive rewards befitting our deeds. Since the kingdom of Verbert fell, however, we've been starved of man's patronage. After so many years of deprivation, it is difficult to ignore such an earnest entreaty. Very well, Eorzea, I promise to give you as swift an answer as I may. In return, I ask that you and yours remain here the while and bestow upon us your patronage. Is this arrangement agreeable? Alright. Okay, so I guess we'll talk to Weed here. You'll offer your patronage to our people too, yes? Let's see, perhaps you could begin with Marn Ose. They are one of our foremost artisans, once held in the highest esteem by the Knights of Verbert. With the Knights gone, however, Marn Ose has no opportunity to put their skills to use. They would be overjoyed for your patronage. Again, they're using they and them, rather than he or she. Alright. So the Numo, I guess all the Fey folk, I guess you could consider as genderless. Because they're basically spirits. Well, not spirits, they're kind of, well, I don't know how else to, well, they're fairies, I guess, is the way to describe them. Alright, there's Marn. 1,182, 1,183, 1,184. Wait, did I already count that leaf? Hello? Who? What? Where? Wait. You're immortal? Huzzah, huzzah. Okay. He's happy. Well met, yes. Very well met indeed. Have you old and tired arms and armor that are threatening to fall apart at critical junctures in battle? If you answered yes, you've come to the right Numo. I will restore your equipment to pristine condition for a payment of a pair of moss fungus legs. Moss fungi roam just outside the cave. Please, please, please give their legs and your patronage to me. Very well. Slay moss fungus for the legs. Though this is a brand spanking new set of armor, so I doubt it needs many repairs. No, we're pretty good there. Alright, here we are. So, oh my goodness. Man, I've been having that problem all morning. Alright, well, let's go ahead and kill things. Alright, got one set of legs. Pop that ability, just lets me spam this one. There we go. Alright, done and done. Alright, go turn in the moss fungus legs. Ah, you're returned, and with the moss fungus legs, I hope. They are tools of my trade, lest you wonder, used to polish metal and leather alike to a lustrous sheen. Now that I have work again, I must replenish my stores. How many moss fungus legs will you give? 2 is how many we collected. Huzzah, 2 moss fungus legs, as befits the work. To have neither more nor less expected of us than we can provide, there is no greater joy. You see, for there to be honor in a task, we must receive precisely what it is worth. Too little means you belittle our ability, too much means you question our integrity. You've given me a fitting payment, so my services are at your disposal. I shall begin by inspecting your equipment. I see. Though I must ask for a small fee for the materials, I am pleased to say all your arms and armor may be restored. If you mean to change them in the near future, however, there's no need to hurry. My first repair is complimentary. Here is the coin which you may pay me with when you desire to have work done. Many thanks for your patronage. Alright, Marno's shop is open for business. Oh, and if you mean to offer your patronage to another, may I suggest Yis Gyuf yonder? Judging from your equipment, it is plain you are no stranger to battle. I believe Yis Gyuf will have something to offer you. Alright then. Okay, so you are a tool mender, which we do not really need right now, because we're at 96%. So. We are fine in that regard. Alright. Let's see what this one wants. Ah, to have so many men visit us at once, 'tis is a joyous day indeed. If it please you, please give me your patronage. As my patron, I ask that you remove the noxious mushrooms that grow in our cave. Flame spores, they're called. You would tend to them with magics, except they leave behind a harmful ash. We have no choice but to pluck them one at a time. Now, you will be curious as to what I have to offer. I am a purveyor of wares that will aid you in your travels. In exchange for your fitting payment, I will give you my choicest items. Okay, so they are a merchant. Very well. Flame spores. There are 3 of them we need to deal with. Alright. Oh, there they are. And there should be one more around here. There they are. Okay. Done and done. Alright, you've already removed the flame spores? How very quick you are. Oh, but did you perchance to search by the western entrance as well? I'm told that more have cropped up in that area. Very well. There they are. As you pluck the last of flame spores, you sense a gaze from the entrance. It's Minfilia? I wasn't spying on you or anything. I've just finished my task and I should go and report back. Okay. Alright, so we got all the flame spores. Ah, you are returned. Have you dealt with the flame spores by the western entrance as well? Indeed. Excellent. No more poisonous spores irritating our noses, for a little while at least. Oh dear, I believe I'm getting sentimental. Having a patron again, it reminds me of the old days. Fair every day. I would carry my wares to the castle to offer in exchange for men's patronage. Back then, the castle wasn't called Eorzea. The Verbertites built it, and they named it Grun's Licht. It was their last bastion in the struggle against the Sin Eaters, and now they are gone, all of them, nobles and knights and common folk alike. But enough reminiscing, I must give you what you've earned. And if you desire anything else I possess, I would be glad to offer them to you, for a fitting price, of course. Alright. Shop's open for business. Now, will you be offering your patronage to anyone else? If so, would you consider Weed Lad? They've been under the weather of late, and the chance to perform an honorable task would cheer them up. Trinket Peddler. Okay. Do you happen to sell greens? No, those are tools. No. Okay. That's all equipment. Alright. Hello. You give me 3 Aetheryte tickets. Interesting. What? You would be my patron? But I can't do anything for you. The lawless ones took my invisible ink, and without it I can't make my arcane wares. Who are the lawless ones? They're Numo like us, except they've turned their backs on our values. Curs without honor, they are. They refuse to work, instead spending all their time cavorting and making a nuisance of themselves. It was when I was outside for a walk that they set upon me and robbed me of my possessions, the ink included. I was too weak to resist them, but you, mortal, you look quite strong. Do you think you could take my ink back from those villains? If you do this, I will consider your patronage, and by way of my service, I will make you something very special. Memphilia. Excuse me, Ayame, but I couldn't help overhearing. If you mean to undertake this task, will you let me accompany you? I would learn from you, and help in what little way I can. Yeah, you're welcome to join. Thank you so much. The lawless ones make their way to the south, inside a cave called Father Collard's Chambers. They took many vials of ink, and I would be grateful if you could bring as many back as possible. Alrighty then. Seems simple enough. Alright, where are we headed? Way down there. Alright, well that's gonna be a ride. Now, there is another Aetheryte over there. Oh, there's some people doing a fate. I don't usually do these on screen, but, you know, it's right here. Why not? Oh, they're Fuwath. Also helps us that there is another player here, so... That ought to do it. Ah, only silver. But we did kind of show up late to the party. Alright, what I'm probably going to go ahead and do is head for that aetheryte and attune to it, just to get that out of the way. And it's just kind of sitting out here in the open in the middle of these ruins. Oh, a green glider, and that is a hunt target. I actually need to take out 2 of those. Garden Porksies. Can I get around these without having to fight one? Looks like it. Alright, there's Minfilia. Father Collard's chambers is through here. I peered inside and sure enough it was milling with pneumo. They looked none too friendly. If Thancred were here, he'd tell me to go about it quietly and quickly. Let us split up. I'll find all the ink I can and then come back outside. See you shortly, Ayame. Alright. Quiet is not in our MO, so we'll just slip through here. Try to avoid as much fighting as we can. We need to find 3 vials of invisible ink. Alright then. That pneumo is probably not going to let us get by, so let's take it out. That was the wrong button. Okay, now it indicates that it's above us, so it's probably up this way. There it is. Okay, there is invisible ink down there. Can I slip across here? It would seem so. And then it's going to be over there. There we go. Now we just need to get out of here. Which we can just ignore everybody on the way out. Alright, let's slip past all these guys. Oh, there's another green glider. Oh, I got a second one. Well, this one as well. Oh, my chocobo. Chocobo! Alright, there we are. Alright, there's Minfilia.
Oh, thank goodness. There you are. Those Numo were rather frightening. I'm glad you're safe.
Alright. I'm glad you're safe too.
I haven't seen much actual combat, so I was a little nervous, but I'm happy I could help. The Minfilias before me battled Sin Eaters as part of the Yulmoran army. But that had all changed by the time I was found. They held me captive, so that I wouldn't follow in the others' footsteps. I'd still be in my cell now had Thancred not spirited me away. When he found me, I knew nothing of the world. I didn't know how to live, let alone fight. Thancred once told me that if the efforts to summon you failed, it would fall to me to face the Light Wardens. I realized then that it was the only reason he kept me close. As a contingency. The truth is, he can't stand to be around me. Because I'm not her. I'm not his Minfilia. Once, we journeyed to Nabatha together. To the place where the Oracle appeared and stayed the flood. As we drew near, I felt as though I was fading away. I shut my eyes and covered my ears, and then... I'm not sure what happened after that. I have a vague feeling that I said something to him. Only it wasn't me at all. It was her. Afterwards, Thancred didn't say a word. Only kept to himself and brooded. There's nothing I can do for him. Nothing I can offer but my presence. Though it only reminds him of his loss. She should be the one to live on. That's why I tried to find you. Because I knew that was what she wanted. But now that you're here, I'm not entirely sure what it was she intended me to do. Was I meant to tell you something, or bring you to someone, or somewhere? I can feel the answer at the edge of my mind, just out of reach. What is that?
Why? Why did you imprison us? Such boredom, such tedium have we suffered. It is unfair. Unfair. Come. Come and play with us.
It came from the castle. This is everything I have. Please see it delivered to the Nemo. I will bear word to Thancred and the others.
Alright. So it seems that Minfilia is confused as Thancred is about their situation. Alright. And the Light Warden is, I guess, trying to communicate? I guess? Alright. Well, let's head on back and, deliver this... Oh. Deliver this invisible ink. And then we'll probably call it a day there. I'll just go ahead and teleport the rest of the way. Alright, Mercy, your Majesty, we had no choice. Please forgive us. Oh, they must have felt it as well. Oh, it's you. My ink. Were you able to retrieve it? Indeed. There's the ink. Yes, this is the ink, and almost all of it, too. When our king spoke to me, my day went from bad to worse, but thanks to you, it's simply bad again. What, you had the vision too? Oh, woe is us. Ordinarily, when a living being turns into a sin eater, it loses everything about its mind that defined it. However, the king has retained some of their instincts. This manifests in the desire to play and be free. So strong is that desire, it often leaks through the seal to invade our consciousness. For a long time we've ignored it, but we can't do so forever. But forgive me, I was going to thank you for reuniting me with my ink. You did exactly as I asked, so I will give you the service I promised. Nothing up my sleeve, and voila, may it serve you well. So that is the Aetheryte tickets. Alright, well, we'll go ahead and stop there for the day. And it appears that that has opened up a bunch of side quests that I'll go ahead and take care of on my own. Any in here look like they have ether currents? It doesn't appear so. Okay, so those will probably show up later. Alright, well, for now, we'll stop here, as I said. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.